I love Selena. She's a sweetheart. What you see is how she is.
Selena's new album dropped, and let's be real, it's giving heartbreak, growth, and a sprinkle of "you still haunt my playlists." Naturally, the internet is convinced a few tracks are aimed straight at Justin, but what no one expected was for his mom to react. And oh, she did. Not with a rant or drama, but with that classic say a lot without saying much energy. Is she defending her son, throwing polite shade, or just vibing and letting us read too deep into it like always? Let's break it down, because whatever side you're on, Mama Millette enters the chat. So unless you've been hibernating under a boulder or intentionally avoiding pop culture, in which case, why are you even watching this? You've probably heard that Justin Bieber's mom, Patty Millette, has finally broken her silence following Selena Gomez dropping her newest musical masterpiece that has everyone talking. And the internet is in absolute meltdown mode. Before we get into the juiciest details, don't forget to absolutely demolish that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you're the first to know when I'm serving up fresh celebrity gossip. Let's dive right in. First, let's talk about who Patty Millette actually is, because she's low-key, one of the most intriguing background characters in this whole messy saga. Born April 2nd, 1975, Patty became a teen mom at just 18 when she had little baby Biebs, shortly after splitting from Justin's father, Jeremy. Her life story is actually wild, which she shared in her book, Nowhere But Up, the story of Justin Bieber's mom, that surprisingly climbed to number 17 on the New York Times bestseller list when it dropped. Go off, Patty. What makes Patty so fascinating is how she's had to navigate the tsunami of drama surrounding her son's love life over the years. Like, imagine watching your son's heart get repeatedly broken in the most public way possible with Selena, only for him to suddenly put a ring on Hailey Baldwin's finger after what felt like 5 seconds of dating. That's enough emotional whiplash to send anyone to therapy. Speaking of that lightning-fast marriage, we need to discuss how the Justin-Hailey timeline is absolutely chaotic. These two tied the knot in a hush-hush courthouse ceremony on September 13, 2018, before having that Pinterest-perfect wedding in South Carolina on September 30th, 2019. But here's the gag. This happened mere months after Justin and Selena called. It quits for the final time in early 2018. Mans literally went from one relationship to saying "I do" faster than I can decide what to watch on Netflix. The audacity. But before we dive deeper into the relationship drama, let's rewind to Justin's rebellious era, because his mom has some serious tea about what he was really like as a kid. In a viral video that's been making rounds again, Patty and Justin get surprisingly candid about his school days.
That was not easy.
No, you were not easy.
Oh, please, share something. You can't just say that.
I was not easy. I got suspended from school every year.
Every year.
And did you think, what a troubled child I've got?
You know, I had a teacher tell me that she's like, I have 30 students and 1. When he's good, the whole class is good, and when he's bad, the whole class is bad. So we pulled him aside and we said, "You're a leader." And he said, "I'm a leader."
Are you kidding me? The man literally admitted he was getting suspended annually. We're not talking about forgetting homework or passing notes. This is full-on problem child behavior. And Patty's just sitting there nodding like, "Yep, that's my boy." Iconic mother-son energy, honestly. And can we please discuss how his teacher basically called him out for being the classroom puppet master? When he behaved, everyone was angelic. When he acted up, chaos reigned. That's not just being a troublemaker. That's having the entire class wrapped around your finger. And baby Biebs took "you're a leader" as a compliment. That's like someone telling you your outfit is interesting, and you saying thank you without realizing you're being flamed. Now let's get to the really spicy part. Patty's complicated feelings about Selena Gomez. This is where things get interesting. Back in 2013 and 2017, Patty publicly gushed about Selena, calling her a sweetheart and claiming they shared a special bond. That's not just polite celebrity talk. That's genuine affection. She literally told People magazine, "I don't know so much about their personal relationship because he doesn't share a whole lot, but I love her. I support anything he does. If he loves her, I love her, and I've met her, and we have a special bond, so I think she's precious." Take a moment to absorb that. Justin's actual mother had a special bond with Selena. That's not just your son's girlfriend being polite to you at Thanksgiving dinner. That's a real connection. The mother-in-law jackpot that most of us only dream about. And the plot thickens because sources claim Selena maintained contact with Patty even after she and Justin split, supposedly sharing personal stories and keeping that relationship alive. If that's legit, it speaks volumes about how how deep their connection went beyond just Selena dating Justin. That's the equivalent of staying friends with your ex's mom on Facebook but actually meaning it. Meanwhile, the Hailey situation is giving complicated vibes. Sure, Patty has publicly called Hailey her beautiful mama-in-law and appeared supportive of their relationship, but there's been some sus social media activity that has fans raising eyebrows about where her true loyalty lies. Remember that entire drama explosion in February 2023, when Patty supposedly liked and then unliked a post about Selena taking a social media timeout during that nasty feud with Hailey? And then Patty tweeted, "Hate is ugly, don't be ugly." That was some god-tier subtweeting, and fans immediately clocked it as her defending Selena against Hailey. The drama, the fact that Patty tried to cover her tracks by unliking the post is sending me. Screenshots last forever, bestie. That's like trying to unsend a text after the other person has already seen it, taken a screenshot and shown all their friends. So where does this leave us? We have a mother who clearly vibed with her son's ex, potentially still has that connection, and has been caught in some suspicious social media behavior during Hailey-Selena showdowns. If that doesn't scream Secret Team Selena, I don't know what does. But wait, there's more. Justin himself has publicly admitted that dating Selena was the absolute highlight of his teenage years. In an interview, when asked what he'd tell his future kid was the best part of his teen years, Justin dropped this bombshell. "I am deceased. Not the fame, not the fortune, not the luxury cars. His relationship with Selena was the peak of his teenage experience." That's basically like telling your current spouse that your ex was the one who truly understood you, straight to their face. Can you even imagine what was going through Hailey's mind when that interview dropped? I would be speed dialing my divorce attorney, and the saga continues with how Justin seemingly responded to Selena's engagement to Benny Blanco in December 2024. While he didn't directly comment, his social media became very interesting. He shared that meme from Lord of the Rings with Gollum staring at the ring captioned, "Girls on social media when they get engaged," which fans immediately decoded as shade towards Selena. He also posted a cute couple pic with Hailey set to Lizzie McAlpine's song, "All My Ghosts," which happens to feature lyrics about being haunted by memories of an ex. The man is literally telling on himself. An insider told Daily Mail that Justin felt a sting when Selena's engagement. News broke, though he's supposedly happy for her. Right. And I'm supposedly happy when my ex posts vacation pics with their new partner. That's like claiming you're totally unbothered while frantically Googling how to appear unbothered when you're completely bothered. The battle of the Biebs Patty in the middle. Let's break down what's actually happening, because the timeline is more tangled than my earbuds after being in my pocket for 5 seconds. Justin and Selena, the legendary Jelena as the stans call them, were on again off again from 2010 to 2018. That's 8 years of relationship roller coaster. For context, that's longer than most Hollywood marriages last. Meanwhile, Hailey first crossed paths with Justin way back in 2009 when she was just 13 and he was 15. Her dad, Stephen Baldwin, literally engineered a meetup backstage at the Today Show so his teenage daughter could meet her celebrity crush. Talk about daddy's little girl getting exactly what she wanted. Imagine your father introducing you to your future spouse when you're still shopping at Justice. But here's where things get wild. According to that viral YouTube expose from a former Justin Bieber superfan, Hailey was essentially tracking Justin's every move for years, utilizing fan accounts to get intel on his location, then coincidentally appearing at the same spots. That's not romantic persistence, that's literally the plot of a psychological thriller. The former superfan claims Hailey would slide into her DMs asking questions like, "Which hotel is Justin staying at?" and then would either book a room there or make dinner reservations at the hotel restaurant, hoping to randomly bump into him. That's not cute meet cute behavior. That's borderline restraining order territory. That's like me creating an elaborate spreadsheet of my crush's schedule and then acting surprised when we keep running into each other. And it gets better. Hailey would allegedly go into defense mode whenever another girl entered Justin's orbit. After photos surfaced of Hai leaving a building with Justin, Hailey posted a video of herself instructing her driver to change the radio station when a Hai song came on. The pettiness is astronomical. That's like me pretending I've never heard of my ex's new partner while having their Instagram notifications turned on. There are even rumors that Hailey would literally shadow Justin and Selena during their dates, keeping tabs on Justin from a distance. Can you imagine trying to enjoy sushi with your boyfriend while knowing his future wife is lurking behind a plant watching your every move? That's not just awkward. That's the beginning of a Netflix documentary. But the most jaw-dropping aspect of this saga is how Hailey appears to have methodically transformed herself into a Selena clone over the years. Internet sleuths have compiled endless examples where Hailey seems to be copying Selena's outfits, poses, and even tattoos. For example, on June 4th, 2015, Selena got a delicate G tattoo behind her ear for her sister Gracie. Guess what happened on June 16th, just 12 days later? Hailey got an almost identical G tattoo in the exact same location? The nerve! That's like showing up to a party in the same outfit as someone you claim to dislike, but making sure to arrive after them so everyone everyone knows who wore it first. Hailey's cooking show, What's in My Kitchen, is practically a carbon copy of Selena's Selena Plus Chef that premiered 2 years earlier. Same format, same camera styling, same welcome to my actual home intro, even the same grandma feature. That's not taking inspiration, that's Ctrl plus C, Ctrl plus V behavior. It's like copying your classmate's essay but just changing enough words to avoid getting caught by the plagiarism detector. So where does Patty stand in this Category 5 hurricane of drama? She's walking the finest line in history, bestie. While publicly supporting Justin and Hailey's marriage and celebrating milestones like baby Jack's arrival in August 2024 with excited Instagram posts, there are major hints suggesting she might be secretly rooting for Team Selena. Remember that mysterious tweet during the 2023 Hailey-Selena nuclear fallout? Patty wrote, "Hate is ugly, don't be ugly." Fans immediately decoded this as her defending Selena against the hate campaign allegedly orchestrated by Kylie Jenner and Hailey. That's like your mom passive-aggressively telling your sibling to play nice when they're clearly being the aggressor. Reddit detectives have been dissecting Patty's apparent soft spot for Selena for years. One truly unhinged claim suggests Patty once drove by Selena's residence with her pastor's wife to verify if Selena was still receiving treatment at the Preva Swiss psychiatric facility in Connecticut. If accurate, that shows a level of concern that goes way beyond your standard ex-almost mother-in-law behavior. What's especially fascinating is how Wendy Williams called out this entire situation back in 2018. On her show, she expressed major skepticism about Justin and Hailey going the distance, saying, "I don't think this marriage will last. Look, right after the honeymoon, he's doing a drive-by at Selena's." She even suggested financial motives, claiming, "I think the Baldwins look at Bieber as a cash cow. I think Stephen Baldwin, Hailey's father, likes to be more relevant again to young people in pop culture, and Bieber is a quick way to do that." Savage. That's like announcing at someone's wedding that you're taking bets on how long it'll last. By March 2019, Wendy Williams went even harder, suggesting Hailey should consider divorce due to Justin's mental health struggles. She said Hailey was too young to be dealing with being Bieber's wife at age 22, adding, "She's supposed to be a newlywed. That's not just commentary, that's straight-up intervention talk." Now, let's hear Hailey's side of the story from that infamous Call Her Daddy podcast, where she tried to set the record straight about the timeline of her relationship with Justin. She's really trying to convince us there was zero overlap and that she would never dream of meddling in someone else's relationship. But considering the timeline, Justin and Selena's final breakup in early 2018, followed by Justin and Hailey's wedding in September 2018, it's hard not to raise an eyebrow. That's like me claiming I'm completely over my ex while their photo is still my phone background. The internet has some wild theories about this whole situation. Fans on X, formerly Twitter, are convinced Justin is still nursing a broken heart over Selena, despite being married to Hailey and fathering her child. After Selena's engagement to Benny Blanco, one X-user wrote, "Brew Justin Bieber is embarrassing, literally confirmed he's hurt ASF about Selena getting engaged." That's like watching your ex thrive while you're still Googling how to get over someone you never got over. So how does this all relate to Patty's reaction to Selena's new album? As Justin's mom, she's had a front row seat to the entire drama from day one. She witnessed the Jelena roller coaster in real time, saw Justin's whirlwind romance with Hailey, and has undoubtedly formed her own opinions about everything that's transpired. While she might not be able to express those opinions publicly without causing family drama, her subtle online behavior tells us everything we need to know. Regarding Selena's music specifically, it's worth noting that many of Selena's songs, especially from her recent albums, seem to reference her tumultuous relationship with Justin. Songs like Lose You to Love Me were clearly inspired by their breakup, and Patty has likely heard these songs and recognized the references to her son. The question is, does she secretly appreciate Selena's artistic expression of their relationship, even if it sometimes paints Justin in a less than flattering light? New albums, new chapters. What happens next? Now let's discuss what's been happening lately and what might be on the horizon for this twisted web of relationships. Because trust me, this saga is far from its final chapter. Let's start with the most recent major development. Justin and Hailey Bieber welcomed their son, Jack Blues Bieber, on August 23rd, 2024. This is obviously a game changer. Having a baby together typically strengthens a relationship, but according to some insiders, things in paradise might not be as picture perfect as their Instagram grid suggests. Us Weekly reported that Justin and Hailey's marriage underwent a total shift after baby Jack arrived. While that's completely normal for any couple adjusting to parenthood, there are whispers of deeper issues. Eagle-eyed fans have noticed they often arrive at and leave events in separate vehicles, and some sources claim they haven't been living together consistently for some time. That's like posting couple selfies with captions about being soulmates while maintaining separate apartments. Major red flag energy. Stephen Baldwin, Hailey's dad, actually requested public prayers for Justin and Hailey on Instagram amid swirling divorce rumors. When your own own father is publicly asking the internet to pray for your marriage, that's not giving happily ever after vibes. That's like your parents telling relatives to keep you in their thoughts. Code for things are dire, but we can't say that directly. While the Biebers navigate new parenthood with potential marital struggles, Selena is absolutely thriving. She got engaged to Benny Blanco in December 2024, and her career is soaring with her 2025 album, I Said I Love You First, receiving both critical acclaim and commercial success. It's giving living well is the best revenge energy, and I am obsessed. That's like bumping into your ex at a party when you're glowing, successful, and happily committed to someone new chef's kiss. Perfection. And how is Patty handling all of this? She appears to be embracing her new grandmother role while carefully treading the complicated family dynamics. When Jack was born, she posted on social media, calling him a miracle and expressing her joy. That's typical grandmother behavior, but what's telling is her conspicuous silence regarding Selena's engagement and new music. When someone who used to be vocal about their affection for their son's ex suddenly goes quiet, that silence is deafening. What's particularly fascinating is how public sentiment has evolved over time. On X, formerly Twitter, fans are increasingly vocal about supporting Selena, with comments like, Justin Bieber melting down on social media in real time over Selena's engagement is so hilarious, garnering thousands of likes. The public appears to be firmly Team Selena now, and I suspect Patty might privately share similar sentiments. Reddit discussions go even deeper, with users analyzing everything from Justin's body language around Hailey to Patty's social media activity patterns. One highly upvoted comment states, Hailey was lurking, waited for the perfect moment, rebound proposal after Selena dumped him. Another with 95 upvotes noted, Justin behaved strangely whenever Selena dated someone new, threw shade at The Weeknd, Zayn, suddenly became friendly with Charlie Puth. That's some serious FBI-level analysis from the fandom. Sherlock Holmes would be impressed. Let's not forget Kendall Jenner's role in this drama, because her comments about Justin and Hailey's relationship are extremely telling. During an Instagram Live in April 2020, when asked if she anticipated Justin and Hailey getting married, Kendall responded, honestly, no. She continued, I didn't know. I think I hoped. Obviously, Hales is my girl, my best friend, and I wanted it so badly for both of you. It just makes me really happy. That's like saying, I'm shocked they actually went through with it while trying to make it sound supportive. Even more interesting is the rumor that Justin and Kendall had a casual fling approximately 3 years before he married Hailey. Neither Justin nor Hailey have publicly acknowledged this, but if true, it adds another layer of messiness to their social dynamics. That's like finding out your husband and your maid of honor have a secret history that everyone's pretending doesn't exist. But let's bring the focus back to Patty, whose perspective is truly unique in all this. She raised Justin as a single mom from age 18, overcoming significant obstacles, including childhood trauma and financial struggles. Her memoir details her journey from troubled teenager to finding faith and supporting Justin's meteoric rise to fame. That background gives her a resilience and wisdom that can't be underestimated. In that viral video where she and Justin discuss his troublemaker phase, there's an authentic warmth and honesty in their interaction. They can joke about his behavior while acknowledging the reality of what she endured as a parent. That level of authenticity is refreshing in the often artificial world of celebrity. Regarding the ongoing Selena-Hailey saga and Selena's new music, Patty's perspective might be more complex than fans assume. As a mother, her primary concern is naturally Justin's happiness and well-being. If she believes he truly loves Hailey and is committed to their marriage and family, she would support that regardless of her personal feelings about Selena. That's what great parents do. They support their children's choices even when they might privately have reservations. But that doesn't mean she can't still have a soft spot for Selena. After all, she watched Selena grow from a teenager into a successful woman. They spent holidays together, marked important milestones, and by Patty's own admission, formed a special bond. Those kinds of connections don't just evaporate because your son married someone else. That's like trying to forget your first real friendship. Those memories and feelings are permanent. What's truly wild is how fans across social media platforms have become so emotionally invested in these relationships, often taking hardcore sides and creating elaborate theories. According to sociology professor Erica Cheeto-Childs from Hunter College, these theories function as entertainment, with fans consuming them like binge-worthy drama series. This explains why hashtags like #TeamSelena accumulated a mind-blowing 1.8 billion views on TikTok. That's more views than most Hollywood blockbusters dream of. Speaking of social media warfare, let's not forget the notorious eyebrow feud from February 2023, where Kylie Jenner and Hailey were accused of mocking Selena's laminated eyebrows. This led to Selena defending Taylor Swift after a resurfaced video showed Hailey literally gagging at the mention of Taylor's name. The celebrity connection web is insane here. It's like the world's most complicated game of 6 degrees of separation, except everyone's directly linked. And where was Patty during all this drama? Suspiciously quiet, which speaks volumes. When your son's wife and his ex-girlfriend are in a public feud involving your son's wife's best friend's sister, neighbor, and your son's ex-girlfriend's best friend. That's when you probably decide to just stay silent publicly. That's like watching your relatives argue at Thanksgiving dinner and pretending to be fascinated by the mashed potatoes on your plate. Thanks for watching. Click any of the cards showing on your screen to enjoy more.